That is creepy. All right. Anyone have any predictions before we get going? Michigan Northwestern. The spread is it's a pick 'em. It's an even spread, even odds on both sides. Northwestern 34, Michigan 28. That's what Dogwood says. He does not predict another shootout like it was week 11. Of course, week 11's game, if you weren't here, was 55 to 52 in favor of Northwestern. We'll see if it's another shootout. Maybe the defensive coordinator's locked in this time. Adam Smith thinks it's hard to beat the same team twice. I think you're right. We'll see tonight how right you are. All righty then. All right. We're in Indianapolis for the Big Ten championship game, Northwestern and Michigan. Circle and JT are going to meet at midfield for the coin flip. All right, Adam Smith, your prediction looks almost identical to Dogwood's. So JT and Circle, they're going to meet at midfield, and Circle is going to call heads. It's heads. Circle, understanding the last game was very offense focused, he wants to get his offense out on the field ASAP. He wants to, get him out there, make a big punch, start the game out with a bang. So he's going to have DeAndre Drone and the gang take the ball first in this Big Ten title clash. The Wildcats are going to receive the kickoff, and they're just going to take it off for a touchback. And here comes DeAndre Drone. On the first play of the game, he's going to hand it up to Maurice Hibbert, who he finds a gap, a little 6-yard gain. On the next play, DeAndre Drone's going to drop back. He's looking, and he finds Isaiah Robertson, who catches it and runs for the first down, but there's some laundry on the field. Yep, it's going to be called back. It was on Drew Stevens, number 57, called on holding for the Wildcats. That'll make it 2nd and 14, 10-yard penalty. On second down, DeAndre Drone's going to hand it off to Isaiah Robertson, who gets over to the outside, but is brought down by a Michigan linebacker, bringing up 3rd and 12. Big third down here. Only 2 minutes in, and the Northwestern offense is on their heels. Third down, DeAndre Drone's going to drop back. He's going to hand it off. No, it's play action. And he rolls to his right. He's still looking. And here comes the Michigan pressure. Michigan defensive linemen, they're all around him. No, he finds Keelan Davis for a 15-yard gain, 21-yard gain after the catch. Big play. That was one of those plays, kind of breaks down. Receivers just got to get open. And Keelan Davis did exactly that. On 1st and 10 from the 44, Drone's going to drop back. He can't find anyone, so he's just going to throw it away. Second down, he's going to drop back again. And he's looking. And he's got Zach Mann on a go route. Please mute yourselves, guys. Circle, shut up. All righty. Where was I? Oh, yeah, I found Zach Mann on a go route down the edge of the sideline. And it's a 25-yard gain. Just like that, they are deep in Michigan territory. 1st and 10 from the 31. He's going to hand it off this time to Stephen Mamea. First time I've said that name tonight. Who's just going to run it up the gut for 5 yards. On second down, they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're going to hand it off again, this time to Isaiah Robertson, who's going to find another gap for 4 yards. So they've been running the ball pretty consistently today, 4, 5, 6 yards each gain. But nothing crazy. On 3rd and 1, looks like they're going to do the same thing. They got 2 tailbacks back there. Looks like they're just going to load the box, rush up for a first down. So 3rd and 1 on the 22-yard line. Jerome's dropping back. He hands it off to Isaiah Robertson, who gets the ball, and he finds a gap, and he breaks through for a little more. He's through to the second level, where he's finally brought down. It is a 14-yard gain. Circle says this is what killed Michigan last time. It's working this time. On 1st and goal from the 8-yard line, we're only 4 minutes in. Jerome's dropping back. He's looking. No Isaiah Robertson dump this time. He sees Trevor Turner in the back of the end zone. It's a touchdown to Trevor Turner. And just like that, the extra point is good. It is a 7-0 lead for Michigan. Are we in for another 54-51 type game? Sure feels like that early on. Michigan, their offense is what kept them in the game last time. Their defense didn't do jack shit. And now their offense is going to have a chance to recover their defense again. They're going to try to tie it up here. On the kickoff, it is going to be a kickoff to the 1-yard line. Not quite a touchback. Logan Burkhardt is going to have the chance to Andy Sims, is going to have a chance to return it. He's going up the edge of the sideline, and he can't really find much room. Just a 28-yard gain. I will say defensive lineman Rashad Rodriguez, who I think he's a Wolverine, but I'm not sure. He was injured on the play. Or I guess he'd be a Northwestern Wildcat. But Rodriguez is injured on the kickoff. All right, on 1st and 10 from the 29, Willie Ellis, star quarterback for your Michigan Wolverines. He's just going to hand it off to Jim Austin here, who's going to run it up for 5 yards before being brought down. And whoa, the ball popped out on the tackle. There's a dog pile. I don't know who got it. Northwestern, they think they got it. All their players are jumping up and pointing to their end zone. This would be a huge fumble. We are going to look at the replay. They're taking players off the dog pile, and it looks like, no, it is going to be Michigan's ball. It looked like Jim Austin fumbled it, and then Sean Wells recovered it, and then another Michigan player recovered it and ran it forward for 5 yards. I'm going to send a picture real quick. It's a funny play. I kind of fumbled the delivery, but there were 2 fumbles on one play, and it was ultimately a 10-yard gain. So a little fun sim logic for you right there. Okay, 1st and 10 from the – what are we doing here? Sorry, I didn't look deeply into the – okay, it says it was 1st and 10 from the 29, and then Michigan rushed it for 10 yards. And their next series starts at the 29-yard line. So I guess they didn't gain any yards on the play. Apologies for kind of bungling the delivery, but 1st and 10 from the 29. On 1st and 10, okay. Yeah, apologies to everyone here. I really bungled that up. Northwestern recovered the fumble. Yeah, I think Circle is realizing now. Anthony Johnson is a Wildcat. So Jim Austin is Michigan. He fumbled it. Sean Wells is Michigan. He recovered it, and then he fumbled it. And then Anthony Johnson, who's Northwestern, got the ball. So, yeah, the refs changed the call. Circle threw a flag, and they had to review it. And Northwestern finally got the ball back. I'm sorry, Circle. It's been a year since I've called the game. But we're just going to erase the last 2 minutes or so. Northwestern ball on the 29-yard line. 7-0 Northwestern. Let me get back in a groove. All right. 1st and 10, Jerome's going to drop back. And he's looking. And he finds Trevor Turner. It is an incomplete pass, but no, there's laundry on the field again. This time, it's not on Northwestern. It's on Michigan, roughing the passer on defensive lineman Ryan Washington. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty. And just like that, Northwestern's on the 14-yard line in the red zone. Jerome's going to drop back on 1st down, and he's looking. He sees Robertson, but he can't get the ball off in time, and he's brought down in the backfield by Hansa Mensah for a 4-yard sack. On the play, offensive lineman Shaquille Casey of Northwestern was injured. So on 2nd and 14 from the 18-yard line, Jerome's going to drop back. He's just going to hand it off to Robertson this time. It's been working well this game, but finally Michigan has a response for it. Just a 2-yard gain, bringing up a huge 3rd and 12. Michigan needs a stop here and just keep it to a 10-point game, hopefully. On 3rd down, Jerome's going to drop back. He's looking. He can't see anyone, so he's going to give it to his dump, Isaiah Robertson. But Robertson, he can't even catch the ball. An incomplete pass, bringing up 4th and 12 from the 16-yard line. They're going to bring out Logan Burkhart for the field goal attempt. It would make it a 10-0 game, only 6 minutes in. The snap is good. The hole is good. The kick is up. A little left to right, but it is good. And your Northwestern Wildcats are up 10-0. Only 9 minutes in, Northwestern's up big. Michigan and their big old offense is going to get the ball back. If they can't turn the ball over, we could be looking at a 10-7 game really soon. On the kickoff, Andy Sims is going to return it to the 15. Not a very good return. On 1st down, Willie Ellis, he's going to hand it off to Josh Jean Louis, who finds a hole for a little 6-yard gain. He can't get to the 2nd level, but he gets past most of the linemen. It'll be 2nd and 4 from the 21. They're going to do the exact same thing, this time handing off to Jim Austin, who finds a gap of his own. He gets to the 2nd level of the defense before being brought down. And just like that, Michigan is driving. 1st and 10 from the 32. Ellis is going to drop back. He's going to give it to Jim Austin. No, there's a little misdirection. And he finds Jairus Pratt downfield for a 25-yard gain. They really got the Northwestern linebackers with that misdirection on play action. Finally, they're in Northwestern territory, and this is looking more and more like that Michigan offense we saw a couple weeks ago. On 1st and 10 from the Northwestern 43, Willie Ellis is going to drop back again. And he wants to find Pratt, but he can't. There's too much pressure. And here comes Anthony Johnson. It's a 10-yard sack. Anthony Johnson is the same guy who recovered the fumble last drive. And Northwestern with a massive sack there. On 2nd and 20, they're just going to feed Josh John Louis, who's going to get over to the edge on a little pitch, and he's going to get a 12-yard gain. So it'll be 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, Ellis is going to drop back. And he can't find anyone, so he's going to dump it over to Eric McCauley for a 4-yard gain, bringing up 4th down. It'll be 4th and 4 from the Northwestern 37. It'll be a 54-yard field goal, or you could go for it on 4th and 4. We'll see what they do. Nope, JT is going to play it safe. He's going to bring out the kicking team, John Henderson. It'll be a 54-yard field goal. In the NFL, that's very makeable. In college, not so much. In ZenGM, even less so. However, John Henderson is going to defy expectations and nail it right down the middle. He proved Dogwood wrong. It'll be 10-3, 5 minutes left in the first. On the kickoff, it's just going to be a touchback, and they're going to drop it at their own 25. On 1st down, DeAndre Drone, he's going to try to get this Northwestern offense back and moving. And on 1st down, it looks like he can because he finds Trevor Turner for 35 yards over the middle. Beautiful catch by Trevor Turner. Kind of looks like he pulled an Odell there. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Michigan 40-yard line, and Northwestern is back in business. They're going to hand it off to Isaiah Robertson for a 1-yard gain. On 2nd down, they're going to hand it off right back to Isaiah Robertson for a 10-yard gain. That's 1st down again. On the 29-yard line, they're going to hand it off once again, this time to Maurice Hibbert. I don't think he's been mentioned yet. And he's going to find a 6-yard hole to make it 2nd and 4 from the 23. Once again, they're almost in the red zone again. On 2nd and 4, Drone's going to drop back. He finds Hibbert again, but a beautiful deflection by the Michigan cornerback. Big play. That would have prevented a 1st down. And it prevents Northwestern from getting in the red zone there. It'll be 3rd and 4 on the 23. Big 3rd down here. Michigan's got to hold them to a field goal. All right. Drone's going to drop back. No, he's going to hand it off to Hibbert. Hibbert's going to – no, he is brought down right at the line of scrimmage. I thought he had a gap, but his offensive lineman could not open the hole big enough. It's going to be no gain. 4th and 4 from the 23. Now, Northwestern's kicker made a field goal earlier from about this distance, but Circle does not trust him. He's going to go for it on 4th and 4. Yep, he's bringing out the offense. Drone, Robertson, Hibbert, they're all in the backfield. Can they get the 1st down? Circle says daring. He seems confused, even though this is his team. All right, on 4th and 4, Drone's going to drop back. No, it's a run play. Gives it to Robertson, who can't get enough. It's a 3-yard gain. He's brought down about a yard short of the line to gain. It is a turnover on downs. And Michigan kind of bailed out by that play call by Circle. They're going to get the ball back on their own 20-yard line. On 1st down, Willie Ellis is going to hand it off to Josh John Louis. John Louis is going to run it up the gut for 8 yards. A solid gain. On 2nd and 2, Ellis is going to drop back. He's passing this time. He's looking. There's a one-on-one Snyder on Winter. He finds Norm Snyder over the middle for a 25-yard gain. David Winter had his hands all over him, though. All over him. They're going to call that passing interference on the defense. They're going to decline it, obviously, and it'll be a 25-yard gain for the Wolverines. 1st and 10 from the 47. They're going to feed Josh John Louis. He's just going to rush it for negative 1 yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11 from the 48. Michigan, their offense has been going in fits and starts this whole game, and they finally, moved down the field significantly this time. Let's see. On 2nd and 11, I think this is going to be the last or maybe second to last play of the first quarter. Only 50 seconds left. Ellis is going to drop back to pass. He's looking for John Louis again, but Brian Lazinski jumps into the lane, and he picks it off. An interception for Northwestern. That is the 2nd turnover in this half by the Wolverines, and just like that, Northwestern's got the ball back. They had a turnover on downs, and they just flipped the script. Now 40 seconds left in the first quarter, and Northwestern's got the ball on Michigan's 45. They have a chance to get some points within a few plays. XL, I will give score updates at the end of the quarter. Don't worry. All right. So Northwestern now with the ball, 1st and 10 on the 45. Incomplete pass, and then a 1-yard rush to Isaiah Robertson. And then on a big old 3rd and 9, Jerome's going to drop back. He's going to give it to Robertson, who finds he's brought down. No, he breaks the tackle, and he just gets enough for the first down. That is a big boy play by Isaiah Robertson. Looks like he was brought down after only 2 yards, but he breaks free the tackle. He gets a 10-yard gain and a first down. So we're going to end the first quarter. Northwestern is winning 10-3. They have the ball at Michigan's 34-yard line. Let's check in on some other scores. Someone can write this down if they'd like. All right. So coming into the day, last night, we had the Mountain West Championship and the American Championship. In the American, it was Central Florida and Yale. Central Florida wins 31-14. Big win for Jack. They're going to go 12-1. I think they'll have a Tier 1 bowl in the Mountain West, Colorado State. They came into the day ranked number 20, right on the edge of Tier 1 eligibility. They blew the doors off in New Mexico 35-7. They might jump up a few spots and get into a Tier 1. Obviously, we're in the middle of the Big Ten game. In Conference USA, we only have a quarter left. The score is 24-20, Wyoming. Wyoming is another one of those teams who's right on the edge of Tier 1 eligibility. They're only up 24-20 over Rice with a quarter left. Finally, in the SEC, it's Georgia and Ole Miss. Georgia's safely in the playoff field. Ole Miss needs a win it's kind of a win and in situation for them. It is 7-3 Ole Miss at the end of the first quarter. In the ACC, Sun Belt, MAC, Pac-12, and Big 12, all of those games have not started yet. The ACC, Sun Belt, and MAC are kicking off right about now, and the Pac-12 and Big 12 kick off quarter after that, so at halftime of our game day game. Alrighty, let's get back to the main event, Northwestern, Michigan. Okay, we left off. Northwestern had the ball. They just got a first down. They're at Michigan's 34-yard line, and they're up 10-3. On first down, Jerome's going to be a quarterback sneak, and DeAndre Jerome's going to run it up the gut for the loss of 1. Big play by the Michigan defensive line. On second down, Jerome's going to hand it off to Isaiah Robertson, who's going to find another gap for a 9-yard gain. However, there are some flags on the field. Yep, they're going to call it back on holding. They say there's holding on every play. And there were 2 holds on that play, on number 47 and number 23. It's just a matter of, who are they going to call it on. So it'll be brought back. It'll be 2nd and 21 after the 10-yard penalty from Michigan's 45. Jerome will drop back. It's an incomplete pass to Hibbert, and this drive is going to end with a whimper. Robertson's just going to run it for a 3-yard gain. And they're going to have to punt it right back to the Wolverines. It's a 38-yard punt. And Jim Austin's going to return it for 22 yards, and there's a block in the back on Josh Dixon. That is a huge penalty. Michigan's still going to have the ball, but they would have had the ball at the Michigan 25, I believe. Instead, they're going to have the ball at the Michigan 3. So, could be a safety opportunity here for the Northwestern defense. But yeah, JT says their defense is playing well. It sure has. Only 10 points on either 4 or 5 drives. Much better than the last game. On 1st and 10 from the 3-yard line, they're going to play it safe and give it to Jim Austin, who's going to run it up for 5 yards. They're going to do the same thing on 2nd down. It's going to be a 1-yard gain. And on 4th down, they're going to do the same thing, and it's going to be the same result, only a 3-yard gain. It'll bring up 4th and 2 from the 11-yard line. Gabe, are you leaving? I can let you know right now. Is he still in here? Tell Gabe he won. Someone can ping him. Yeah. He won, and it wasn't very close in the 4th quarter. It was 44-28. All right, back to Indianapolis. We left off, Michigan had just run it 3 plays for 8 yards. They got out of their own end zone, but not much, and they're going to have to punt the ball back to Northwestern. Northwestern is going to start their drive on the 44-yard line of Michigan. On first down, they're going to hand it off to Robertson, gets a 4-yard gain. On second down, they're going to keep pounding the rock, this time to Maurice Hibbert, who gets an 8-yard gain. And they just keep running it up the gut. They get to Isaiah Robertson again for a 3-yard gain, and again for a 12-yard gain. I'm moving a little faster right now. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Michigan 17, 8.5 minutes left in the second. And Northwestern's driving. 1st and 10, Jerome's going to drop back. Can't find anyone, so he's going to throw it away. On 2nd and 10, same thing. This time he finds Keelan Davis. If you remember, he had a big 25-yard gain earlier. Not as much this time, only 5 yards, but enough to make it 3rd and 5 at the 12-yard line. On 3rd and 5, Jerome's going to drop back, and he's looking. There's a flag on the play. This might be a free play. He finds Trevor Turner in the end zone for a touchdown, 16-3. And they're going to see, yes, it was defensive holding on Andy Sims. It's declined, of course, and the touchdown will stand. It'll be 16-3 after the touchdown. The extra point would make it 17-3, however. Circle's going to bring out his offense. They're going to go for 2 here. They're up 16-3, and they want to go for 2. Couldn't tell you why. What I can tell you, though, is that it worked. They're going to give it to Robertson. He's going to run it in for the 2-point conversion, and it's 18-3 Northwestern. This could get ugly quick if Michigan can't get their head back in the game. They're going to get the ball at their own 8-yard line after a very poor return. Willie Ellis is going to drop back. He's looking once again. This Michigan offense has been in fits and starts the whole time. Willie Ellis is looking for a receiver. He finds John Louis on the edge for a 5-yard gain. John Louis with a spin move, and he's past his man. There's only one man left to stop him. It's him, the safety. It's a foot race. John Louis has wheels, and he goes right by him. And just like that, it is a 92-yard touchdown. John Louis, it was a 5-yard catch. The cornerback tried to bring him down, and then 87 yards after contact. Huge touchdown for Michigan. It's going to be 9-18. After the extra point, it's 10-18, and that is just what the doctor ordered for Michigan. You're going to kick it off to Northwestern, and after their turn, they're going to have the ball on their own 20-yard line. We only have 6 minutes left in the half now. Jerome's dropping back. He's looking. He finds Keelan Davis for 10 yards over the middle. On second down, they're going to give it to Robertson, who has just pounded the rock this whole game. He's got to have at least 50 yards by now. He's had a good game. Only 2 yards now. It'll be 2nd and 8. On second down, it'll be an option play. Jerome elects to keep it himself. He just runs up the middle for a 3-yard gain. Very solid play. 3rd and 5. Michigan needs a stop here. It's on Northwestern's 35-yard line. Jerome's going to hand off to Robertson. Robertson has been the kryptonite for this Michigan defense all game long. But finally, Michigan's defense steps up in a big way. No gain on the play. Michigan's going to get the ball back with about 4 minutes left in the half. They're going to try to tie this up, make it a one-score game. It's currently 18-10. They're going to make it as close as they can before halftime. On 1st and 10 from their own 23-yard line, it was a solid punt. Michigan's going to hand it off to Jim Austin, who gets stuffed in the backfield for no gain. On 2nd and 10, they're going to hand it off to Jim Austin, who gets a 6-yard gain this time. But all of a sudden, it's 3rd and 4, and Northwestern is threatening to get the ball back before halftime this time. On 3rd and 4, Ellis drops back. He's looking. He sees Jim Austin, but no, he throws to Jarius Pratt, who can't catch it. An incomplete pass. It is 4th down, and Northwestern's going to get the ball back. Brandon Drum with a very poor punt, 35 yards. Thankfully for Michigan, John Elliott does not return it at all. She calls for a fair catch. And after a 6-yard completion to Trevor Turner for the Wildcats, we're at the 2-minute warning. Northwestern has the ball on their own 42-yard line, 2nd and 4, and they're up 18-10. Let's see how this half ends. On 2nd and 4, Jacob Casey with a false start on the offense. They'll make it 2nd and 9. The Wildcats don't need any foolish mistakes this close to the half. Marcus Freeman has said it a million times. If you want to win football games, you got to win the middle 8, the last 4 of the first half and the first 4 of the second half. You can't make foolish mistakes like that if you want to win football games. Michigan's going to try to capitalize. They can't. DeAndre Drone throws it to Maurice Hibbert for a 19-yard gain on the edge on a little curl route. That's 1st and 10 from the 44. Drone hands it off to Hibbert again, who gets a 4-yard gain. And then he hands it off to Robertson for another 4-yard gain. It's 3rd and 2. Michigan has started to use their timeouts, though. Only a minute and a half left, but a big 3rd and 2 from Michigan 36. Drone's going to hand it off to Isaiah Robertson, who's going to find the first down. And he is one happy guy right now. But no, they're going to call it back. Another holding on the Northwestern offensive line. I think that's their third of the day. It stops what would have been a first down and makes it 3rd and 12 from the 46. They're going to hand it off again to Maurice Hibbert this time, but he does not have enough juice to get the first down. It is 4th and 3 from the 37-yard line. This would be a 54-yard field goal, which is what Michigan's kicker did earlier. However, I think Circle just has no faith in his kicker because he's going to elect to punt it this time. They're going to try to pin Michigan deep, but the punt goes a little too far and it goes out the back of the end zone. Michigan's going to have the ball with a minute and 20 on their own 20. On first down, Ellis can't find anyone, so he's going to throw it away. On second down, he's going to drop back. He still can't find anyone. No, he sees a receiver downfield. No, Brian Lazinski. He picks it off over the middle. I think that's his 2nd interception of the game. And another turnover for this Michigan offense. That is their 3rd interception of the day. And all of a sudden, Northwestern's going to have the ball on the Michigan 23. Or on the Michigan 29, excuse me. With a minute 14 left. So Drone's going to drop back. And he can't find anyone. There'll be an incomplete pass. On second down, he drops back in. He finds his favorite target, Maurice Hibbert, for a 6-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 4, big 3rd down with a minute left. Michigan still thinks they can get the ball back and get some offense going. I wouldn't be so sure with only a minute left and the way their offense has been playing today. On 3rd and 4, big 3rd down, Drone's going to hand it off to their beast, Isaiah Robertson, who muscles through the line for a first down. 1st and 10 on the 18 now. They're going to give it to Robertson again for a 1-yard gain before handing it off to Maurice Hibbert, who muscles it to the second line of defense for another Northwestern first down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line for Northwestern with 30 seconds left in the half. This time they're going to pass it. The run game has been working so well, but they're going to pass it, and it's incomplete to Trevor Turner. That was the man who got one of their touchdowns earlier. On 2nd goal from the 5, they're going to go back to that Robertson well. He runs it up for 3 yards. Not enough that time. But on 3rd and goal, they're going to give it to Robertson again, who's going to find his way to the end zone. His 2nd touchdown of the day, 24-10. The extra point is going to make it 25-10. And it looks like Northwestern is going to win the second quarter. Michigan is just going to kneel it out the rest of the half. And we're going to go into the second half. Northwestern up 25-10. It is a goofy score. Michigan's going to have to mount a pretty good comeback in the second half if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive. But let's see how these other games are doing. I already said Wyoming won the Conference USA. In the ACC, my game, Virginia is up 6-0 early at the end of the first. In the Sun Belt, James Madison is up on undefeated Missouri, 3-0 after the first quarter. And in the MAC, hopefully XL is listening, Marshall, last year they lost in a heartbreaker. If they won, I think it was Buffalo. If they would have won, they would have made the playoff, but they lost in a massive upset. This time, they're big favorites over who are they playing? They're big favorites over someone, but at the end of the first quarter, it is 8-0 Marshall. They're playing Rutgers, 11-1 Rutgers. So 8-0 Marshall. All right, I'm going to have to take a 1-minute break to grab some water. Oh, the one game I was forgetting to say. This game was pretty crazy in the one quarter we missed. Last we checked, it was 7-3 Ole Miss at the end of the first quarter. Does anyone have any score projections for what it is now? 24-3 Ole Miss, 28-7 Ole Miss, 28-7 Georgia. All of those predictions are wrong. Here's what happened. Right off the bat, Georgia got a touchdown on the first play of the second quarter. They went for two, and they got it. They forced a 3-and-out. They got the ball back, and they got a touchdown within 5 plays. They forced another 3-and-out. They got the ball back. They got another touchdown. 11 minutes left in the second quarter, and it's 25-7 Georgia. They continue to pile it on, and by halftime, it is 40-7 Bulldogs. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. We'll see if Ole Miss can mount a massive comeback. I doubt they can, but we'll flip over to it if it ever becomes close. All right, I think I've covered every game so far. I'm gonna grab some water, and we are gonna go right back to Indianapolis. Alrighty, I'm back. Let's take a look at the bowl rankings real quick, just to try to get a sense of the picture. The Memphis coach said that Wisconsin is in. Excuse me. So coming into the night, Northwestern, UCLA, Georgia, and USC were all pretty much safe. The winner of the Virginia Army game was in. So that's 5 teams. And then you can make a case for the loser of the ACC championship for 6, Michigan and Ole Miss. If both of them won, or if both of them win, that'd be 8. If one of them loses, the final spot would be Wisconsin or Marshall, I think. If both of them lose, maybe one of them would stay in, and then it might be Wisconsin and Marshall if Marshall wins, or Wisconsin and Iowa State if Marshall loses. Missouri and Texas probably don't have a chance. We'll see. I'm just kind of talking to myself because I gotta rank the teams after this. We'll get back to the game y'all voted on. Michigan Northwestern, it's 25-10 at halftime. Northwestern is up, but Michigan's going to start the second half with the ball. We're going to see if they can get some momentum back. If we learned anything in that game 2 weeks ago, it's that no lead is big enough between these two. We'll see if Michigan can prove that in this third quarter. On first down after the touchback, first down from the 25, Jim Austin's going to get the ball and he's going to run it up the gut for 4 yards. And then they're going to give it to Willie Ellis, who's going to run it up the gut for 8 yards. Good start to the second half for Michigan. First and 10 from the 37. Willie Ellis is going to drop back to pass. And he finds Josh John Louis, his favorite target, for a 3-yard gain. On second and 7, he's going to find Lucifer Pierce, I have not said that name tonight, for a 4-yard gain, bringing up a crucial 3rd and 3 from the 44-yard line. Ellis is going to drop back again. They have not depended on the run game at all today. He fakes it to John Louis, his favorite target, and he finds Jairus Pratt over the edge for a 13-yard gain. He was wide open. Finally brought down by the safety, a big first down, putting them in Northwestern territory. Michigan's been moving the ball well today. Turnovers have kind of hampered their progress on most drives. First and 10 from the 43, it's going to be an incomplete pass to Pratt. But on second and 10, they're going to hand it off to Josh John Louis for a 6-yard gain. Another big third down, 3rd and 4 this time. Ellis is going to drop back. He's looking. There's a flag on the play, but they're going to keep it going. And he finds Joe Baker down the sideline. Joe Baker, he was just running a go route, and he beat his man, and he catches it in the end zone for a touchdown. Touchdown, Michigan. Now let's see what this flag was about. They let the play go, so I'm assuming it's something on the defense. Yeah, defensive holding on Steven Stevens. Great name. So the touchdown is going to stand, and it'll be 17-25 after the extra point. Michigan needed a quick start to the second half, and they get it. 25-17, just like that, 5 minutes into the quarter. Northwestern's going to get the ball back, and they're going to hand it off to Isaiah Robertson, brought down for 1 yard. On 2nd and 9, Jerome's going to run up the gut himself. He's going to be brought down for a 4-yard gain and another big third down. Third downs have also kind of been the story of the game alongside with turnovers. Third down, Jerome's going to drop back, and he's looking. Here comes the pressure from Michigan, but he gets it off just in time to Lee Davison for a 9-yard first down. On 1st and 10 from the 39 now, Jerome's going to drop back again. And here comes the Michigan pressure again, but Jerome gets it out just in time. He just throws it away that time, but he avoided a sack, and that's what matters. So it'll be 2nd and 10 on 2 consecutive plays where Jerome evaded pressure. 2nd and 10 from the 39. He's going to play it safe, just give it to his halfback Robertson for an 11-yard gain. Now, I've been talking about Robertson a lot tonight, but I'm sure a lot of y'all don't know is that he's probably going to be a first rounder this draft. He's a 73, I believe, overall running back. So it is no wonder he's 71 overall. So it is no wonder he's getting the lion's share of reps today for the Wildcats. So after the first down that Robertson achieves, it'll be 1st and 10 from midfield. Jerome's going to drop back. Michigan's going to pressure him again. He's going to get it off in time. He's going to throw it away to the sideline. On 2nd and 10, once again, Robertson, there's that man. He's going to run it up the gut for 8 yards, bring up 3rd and 2. On 3rd and 2, they're going to hand it off to Robertson again. But no, it's a play action pass. Jerome rolls to his right, and he sees Lee Davison on a slant route for a 20-yard gain. Big play from Jerome. 1st and 10. They're at the 22 now. Can they keep this offense going all the way into the end zone? Jerome drops back to pass. He sees his dump option, Zach Mann, but he's brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. However, Michigan cornerback Jordan Dennis was injured on the play. So that'll make it 2nd and 10 from the 22. Jerome's going to drop back again, and not once again, but it's an incomplete pass to Robertson this time. On 3rd and 10, Jerome's going to drop back once again, and he's looking. He sees Davison, but Davison is covered, and Jerome's just going to throw it away. Big stop by the Michigan defense. They're going to hold him to a field goal. So it will be a 39-yard field goal. Circle has not trusted his kicker at all this game. We'll see if that has been unfounded or not. He's going to line it up. The hold is good. The kick is up. It's definitely got the distance, and it is good. A strong kick by Logan Burkhart makes it a 2-possession game once again, 28-17, Northwestern. Circle says he's 22 for 22 on the year. Why'd you go for it earlier on 4th and 4? Regardless, Michigan's getting the ball back on their own 19-yard line after the kickoff. They're down 28-17. They really need their offense to get moving now. More importantly, they need their offense to stop turning the ball over. So with 5:18 left, Ellis is going to drop back. And he heard me loud and clear because he sees Joe Baker on a slant route. Joe Baker's going to hit a spin move, and just like that, 19 yards. Big play, Baker. 2nd down. Ellis is just going to tuck it and run himself for a 4-yard gain, bringing up 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, Ellis drops back. He's looking, and he sees Norm Snyder, and Snyder's there, but whoa, Snyder had some butterfingers on that play, bringing up 3rd and 6 after the incomplete pass. On 3rd and 6, another crucial 3rd down. Michigan needs this. They don't want to give the ball back to Northwestern down 11. Ellis is going to drop back. He can't find anyone downfield, so he's going to give it to his dump option, Joe Baker. But Joe Baker can't find anything, and he's brought down for a 1-yard gain. 4th and 5 for Michigan, and they have no option but to punt the ball back to Northwestern. It is a deep, booming punt, 50 yards. John Elliott returns it 9 yards. So Northwestern's going to have the ball on their own 18 now. On first down, they're going to hand it off to that man again, Isaiah Robertson, who finds a gap on the outside this time for a 9-yard gain. However, they're going to call holding on Maurice Hibbert. That's their 4th holding call of the game, all on Northwestern. That's going to be brought back. It'll be 1st and 19 instead. On 1st and 19, Northwestern on their own 9-yard line. Michigan has a chance to pin him back. Jerome drops back, and it's an incomplete pass. On 2nd and 19, the same thing happens. It's an incomplete pass to Keelan Davis. So 3rd and 19 from their own 9. Do they have enough magic to get a first down here? Circle's not going to risk it. He's just going to give it to Robertson. Robertson finds a gap. He gets to the second level of the defense. Can he get the first down? No. Pushed out of bounds just barely. It is a 10-yard gain. It'll bring up 4th down. JT's defense with a big stop. And it's just Robertson and the cornerback out on the edge there. If Robertson got past him, could have been a 30, even 40-yard gain. But a big stop by the defense. They're going to get the ball back. It is a 40-yard punt by Jared Brewer. Jim Austin's going to return it 13 yards. However, there's a block in the back on Rodney Stewart, so that's an extra 20 yards for Michigan. They get the ball on Northwestern's 41-yard line. Big penalty there for the Wolverines. And after Willie Ellis drops back, he's looking, he sees John Lee. He's not there. He sees Jim Austin. He is there. He's open. And he catches it for an 18-yard gain. Big play, Austin. On 1st and 10, they're going to hand it off to John Louis again. Or not again, but they're going to give it to him this time. And he's going to be brought down behind the line for a 4-yard loss. So they are at the 25-yard line, I believe, as the quarter ends. So only 15 minutes left in this. Northwestern is up 28-17, but Michigan's got the ball. They're in Northwestern territory, and they are driving. Let's take a look at the other game, see what's going on there. In everyone's favorite blowout, last time we checked, it was 40-7 Georgia. Ole Miss is unable to stage a comeback. It's 47-14 Georgia at the end of 3, and the game's going to end 60-14 Georgia is your final score. Huge win for the Dogs. Ole Miss could have made the playoffs if they made that game close, and they still might be able to make the playoffs. If Michigan loses and if Marshall loses, they might be able to find their way in. But right now, it is not looking great for the Rebels. Elsewhere, in the ACC championship game, everyone's favorite team, Army, it is 23-7 at halftime. Virginia's winning. Is Wick in here? He's not. It's 23-7, Virginia at halftime. In the Sun Belt, James Madison still has the lead on undefeated Missouri. It's 9-7 at halftime. In the MAC, it is 21-6 Marshall at halftime. The Pac-12 championship game and the Big 12 championship game just kicked off, both of them. So we're going to head back to the Big 10. I think 4 championship games are over. 6 are in the middle of playing. And hopefully we're going to have a good ending to this Big 10 championship game. It's been a little dry so far. A lot of turnovers. Not a ton of fireworks, as you may have expected after seeing that first game. But still a competitive game. 28-17. Michigan's driving. Let's see what they can do as we start the fourth quarter. On 2nd and 14, Ellis going to hand it off to Jim Austin. He's brought down behind the line again. That'll bring up a big 3rd and 18, I believe, on 3rd down. This is a big 3rd down. They need this one. Ellis is going to drop back. He's looking. Here comes the pressure. Northwestern, they can't get to him. He's going to get it off to Joe Baker just in time. And Joe Baker gets a first down. Just barely 18 yards. They needed that. However, they're not going to make much out about in these next 2 plays. It'll be an incomplete pass to Snyder, followed by an incomplete pass to Jim Austin. 3rd and 10, big 3rd down. Ellis is going to hand it off for some reason. Jim Austin, he doesn't have the legs to get the first down. Northwestern's defense makes a big stop. However, Michigan's going to have the ball in field goal range. If they can make this field goal, I'll keep it a one-possession game. It is a 37-yard field goal. Henderson's going to line it up. The hold is good, or the snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is perfect. These kickers have been flawless today so far. The combined, I think, 4 for 4. So it'll be 28-20 Northwestern. Michigan's been hanging on by a thread all game long, but they're still in it. If they can get the ball back, they'll have the opportunity to drive down the field and tie it up. So Northwestern's going to get the ball back after the kickoff on their own 21-yard line. What they want is a long, sustained drive, and of course some points to cap it off. On first down, Drone says, "Nuts to that, I'm going to pass it." And he sees Keelan Davis. He catches the defense napping. Keelan Davis on the edge for a 29-yard gain. They really caught the Michigan defense lacking there. On 1st and 10 from midfield, now he's going to bring the change of pace. He gives it off to Isaiah Robertson for a 4-yard gain. On 2nd and 6, he's going to hit him with their change up again, hand it off to Robertson on the pitch this time. And Robertson gets over to the outside. It's just him and the cornerback. The cornerback brings him down. And you do not want to give Robertson room to run. He is a fast man. However, it's a 12-yard gain. It'll be 1st and 10 for Northwestern at the 34-yard line. Drone drops back. He has trouble with the snap. Oh, he just barely threw the ball out of bounds in time. That could have spelled disaster. But after the throwaway, it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 34. Drone says, "I'm not going to risk it this time. I'm going to give it to my man, Robertson." And Robertson, he's going to find a hole in the line. The offensive line has been so good for them all game. Huge hole this time. Robertson breaks through. It's him. He gets past the cornerback. It's just him and the safety now. At the 15, at the 10, at the 5, he is brought down. At the 5-yard line, Robertson rips off a 29-yard gain. He could have gone 34 yards all the way to the house if it wasn't for that Michigan safety. On 1st and 10, 1st and goal from the 5, Drone's going to drop back. Incomplete to Stephen Mamea. However, the safety for Michigan, Josh Dixon, was injured. Josh Dixon has been a difference maker all game today. He made that big play that stopped the Robertson touchdown just now. But he is injured and out of the game for the time being. In his absence, Northwestern is going to feast on his replacement. They throw it to Keelan Davis, and he catches it for the touchdown. Just like that, Northwestern bumps up the score to a 2-possession game. After the extra point, it is 35-20 with 9 minutes left. Michigan's been trying to hold on this whole time, but I don't know if they have enough to hold on. They're down 15 with 9 minutes left. Their defense has lost multiple key players. Their offense, they've been playing well this second half, but still turnovers haunted them in that first half. Do they have enough? Apparently my voice sounds different in person. In a good way or a bad way? Ryan. He doesn't speak in absolutes. That means he's not a Sith. Because as we all know, only a Sith deals in absolutes. Alrighty. Gonna head back to the main event. Michigan's got the ball down 15, 9 minutes left on their own 25. On a 1st down, Ellis is gonna drop back. He finds Baker over the middle for a 5-yard gain. On 2nd and 10, they are going to drop back again, and he finds Josh on the weave for another 5-yard gain. Big 1st down, bringing up 1st and 10 from the Michigan 35. Ellis going to drop back this time. It's a screen pass to Sean Wells. Wells has blockers. It's a numbers game. Now they have more blockers than defenders on Northwestern, and Sean Wells gets through the defense. He is streaking for the end zone. There's almost no one between him and the end zone except the Northwestern safety who's running parallel to him. And finally, he's brought down at the 10-yard line. A 55-yard gain for Sean Wells. 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. Michigan needed that badly. 1st and goal from the 10. Ellis is going to drop back. And he sees Joe Baker, but he can't come up with it. Big play by the Northwestern corner. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 10. However, Wide receiver Eric McCauley from Michigan is injured on the play. He has made, I don't know if he's made a single reception today. So not a big loss, but still, there's another player down for Michigan. On second goal from the 10, Ellis drops back. He's looking. There's no McCauley to pass to this time. Instead, he looks for Pratt, and Pratt can't come up with it. Third and goal from the 10 now. Northwestern packed Lucas Oil Stadium, and you can certainly feel it now. 3rd and 10 from the 10-yard line. Michigan's going to almost certainly have to go for it if they can't get it here. On 3rd and goal from the 10, Ellis drops back, and he's looking. And he sees Joe Baker, and Joe Baker's going to go into the end zone. He stretches. No, he fumbles it. The ball goes into the end zone. No, Alan Edwards recovers the fumble in the end zone. He's a Michigan player, and Michigan gets a touchdown. Crazy play. Baker got it. He reached for the end zone. He fumbled it as he reached across the line, but another Michigan player picked it up in the end zone. And Michigan needed that. So it's 26-35. JT, excuse me. Do you want to go for it or do you want to kick the extra point? You're going to have to do one or the other at some point. Dogwood wants him to kick it. JT says take the points. And that is what they will do. If they'll kick the extra point, it'll be 27-35 with 7:20 left. Alrighty. Northwestern is going to get the ball after the kickoff on their own 36-yard line. Strong return by John Elliott. Northwestern wants to run out the clock, maybe get a field goal, maybe get a touchdown, put this game out of reach. Michigan needs a stop. Not necessarily soon, still 7 minutes left. They're going to need a stop on this drive. On 1st and 10 from the 36, Jerome drops back to pass. There's a little bit of Michigan pressure, but he can get off to Hibbert just in time, and it's an 11-yard gain for a first down. 2nd and 10. Jerome's going to drop back again. He's looking, can't find anyone, so he's going to throw it away out of bounds. He's been doing that a lot. Michigan's pressure has been very strong all game long. They just haven't been able to get the quarterback yet. I think they only have maybe one sack. What's interesting is that Circle's electing to pass the ball instead of run it. Isaiah Robertson has just been dominant all night long. Over 150 yards rushing, and they're just going to keep passing it. 2nd and 10, Jerome's going to drop back once again. There wasn't even anyone in the backfield that time. He sees Robertson as his dump option. He fakes it to him. Instead, he finds Trevor Turner over the top for a 19-yard gain. Trevor Turner had a big touchdown earlier. This time, 19 yards and a first down at Michigan's 34. On first down, Jerome is going to drop back. He's looking for Turner again, and he throws it at Turner, but instead Tyler Phillips is going to hop up and intercept the ball at the 15-yard line. Huge interception. Michigan needed that, and all of a sudden Michigan's got the ball back at the 15-yard line. JT needed that one. I'm going to grab a quick sip of water. For so much of this game, Michigan's just been just out of arm's reach. But finally, they have the ball. They're only down 8. They are going to need to take advantage of this. 6 minutes and 19 seconds left. Willie Ellis, he's going to drop back to pass this time. Here comes the pressure. The pressure can't get to him. He throws it away just in time. However, the offensive line that kept him from being sacked may have been doing so illegally. Yep, they're going to call it holding on offensive lineman Stephen Ferguson. So they'll be half the distance to the goal line. It'll be 1st and 17 from the Michigan 8 this time. On the second first down, Ellis is going to drop back once again. Ferguson, it's the same offensive lineman, but he can't even hold him this time. Marcus Terrell gets past Ferguson, and he brings him down the end zone for a safety. Huge sack by Northwestern. There's no laundry on the field this time. And Stephen Ferguson, he had a holding call, and the very next play, he let his man sack his quarterback. 37-27 Northwestern, and Northwestern's going to have the ball. They're going to have the ball on their own 47-yard line after the punt. Should be a false start on Drew Stevens. But right after that, a neutral zone infraction on the defense. So penalties cancel out. 1st and 10 from the Michigan 47. Northwestern's got the ball, and they're up 10. Dogwood thinks it's all she wrote. We'll see. They're going to hand it off to Isaiah Robertson, who's going to get 4 yards. They're going to give it to Hibbert, who's going to get 13 yards. On 1st and 10 from the 30, Jerome's going to drop back. He's going to hand it off to Hibbert this time, but it's called holding. So they're going to move him back to the Michigan 40. On 2nd and 16, I may have missed a play. I'm sorry. It's 2nd and 16 from the 40. Jerome's going to drop back. He's going to run it himself through the gun for 11 yards. And it's 3rd and 5 from the 29. Score check. This game's almost over. I can do the MAC game after this. At halftime, it was 21-6 Marshall. Now Secret's lying. All right. 3rd and 5 from Michigan 29. Northwestern's got the ball. Jerome's going to drive back. They're not going to give it to Robertson this time. Instead, Jerome's going to throw it to Trevor Turner. He's been a very reliable target all game long, but he can't come up with this one. Incomplete. 4th and 5 from the 29. And they're going to bring out their kicker. Logan Burkhart lines up. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up. It's definitely up the leg. And it floats just a little to the right, and it doinks off the right bar of the field goal post. The attempt is no good, and Michigan's getting the ball back at their own 36-yard line. Only 4.5 minutes left. They're down 10. They're going to have to move the ball quickly. 1st down, complete pass to Norm Snyder for 19 yards. 2nd down, incomplete pass to Josh John Louis. 3rd down, another incomplete pass, this time to Jim Austin. And that was 2nd down. 3rd down, incomplete pass to Joe Baker. So it'll be 4th and 10. They're at Northwestern's 46, and they decide to punt it. So they got the ball back after Northwestern's missed field goal. They get a big 1st down, and after 3 consecutive plays, they're going to punt the ball right back to Northwestern. So the Wildcats are going to get it on their own 20-yard line after the touchback, and they're just going to feed Robertson. It's a 3-yard gain. It's a 9-yard gain. It's a 4-yard gain. Sorry I'm moving fast, but we only have 2.5 minutes left, and my voice is kind of sore. But yeah, it feels like Northwestern's getting chunks of yards at will. Michigan starts to use their timeouts now. It's 2nd and 6 from the 36. Jerome drops back this time. He's going to throw it to Hibbert, and it's an incomplete pass. Poor play call by Circle. They'll stop the clock for the time being. On 3rd and 6, Jerome's going to hand it off to Hibbert this time. They're going to force Michigan to call their timeout after their line makes a big stop. So no gain on the play. Michigan calls their timeout, but it's 4th and 6, so Michigan will get the ball back. They're going to punt it. Jim Austin will not return the punt. He's going to call for a fair catch at their own 13. And after the incomplete pass to Norm Snyder, the 2-minute warning finally hits. So Michigan's got the ball on their own 13. They're down 10, and they're out of timeouts. Or they only have 1 timeout left, So 2nd and 10 from the 13. He looks for Joe Baker, but Joe Baker can't get it. On 3rd and 10 from their own 13, Ellis is going to drop back. It's a screen pass to Sean Wells. Odd call on 3rd and 10, but it seems to have worked. Sean Wells gets through the defense, and he's brought down just short of the 1st down. It'll be 4th and 1 from the 22. They're going to have to go for it. Their season may hang in the balance. On 4th and 1 from the 22, Ellis is dropping back, and he finds Josh John Louis for 4 yards. They get the 1st down, but time is ticking. They're not going to snap it. Ellis is going to go QB sneak on 1st down for a 2-yard gain, bringing up 2nd and 8 on their own 28. So now they're going to drop it back on 2nd and 8. Ellis is looking, and he finds Joe Baker. That's one of his favorite receivers. Joe Baker gets a 13-yard gain. However, unnecessary roughness is called on Joe Baker. He caught the pass, and he threw the defender to the ground, and they call unnecessary roughness on the offense. They'll make it 2nd and 22 on their own 14. Hand off to Jim Austin. It seems like Michigan has just kind of mailed it in. After a couple of positive plays, I'm just going to speed this up. Michigan gets to the Northwestern 40 with 40 seconds left. They get to the Northwestern 20 with 20 seconds left. They end up getting a touchdown on the last play of the game, but I want to save my voice a little bit. They just didn't have enough time, and Michigan is going to lose this game 34-37. Northwestern is your Big Ten champion in 2053 and possibly your number one overall seed. Michigan played them very tight, only losing by 3, and there's a solid chance Michigan still finds their way in the playoffs.